Okay, let's watch this video.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Rogers, Game Director on Path of Exile 2. We're back again with another patch note preview, this time for 053. In 050, we made a huge number of changes to the in-game leagues, with a significantly better experience introducing you to each league with a questline. While the questlines are pretty successful, some leagues needed a bit more attention after the questline. The goal with this patch is that no matter which type of content you're a fan of, it's worth investing into.
Whoa, what is this? I've never seen this.
An example of this is the rewards of the Abyss Pinnacle boss, the Vessel of Coolamark. The grip of Coolamark Unique Ring has some pretty chase outcomes, but most weren't hitting the mark. We've done a full pass on the modifiers available from this ring, disabling some of the lesser used ones,
because this is garbage.
Adding some new ones, and merging.
Let's see, Rage, that's gonna be crazy on some people, especially with armor and stuff like that. Increased max life, hello, this ring is crazy. What about the one on the right? Targets affected by abyssal wasting you inflict are blinded. You could do some crazy stuff with blind now. Like there's one there's like you could put the helmet that says, oh, you're blind, and then increase the effect of blind, and then blind is reversed on you. So like you're basically unhittable because they have no accuracy, and then you have more evasion because the effect of blind is reversed on you. Okay, this is kind of crazy. Okay, I might have to just farm Abyss.
A lot of them together. He will now also always drop an ancient desecration currency.
Thank God. Oh, thank God. I am farming this boss left and right because what the heck is you can't drop ancient ribs. Like you couldn't find ancient ribs anywhere. The problem though is that the price of ancient ribs and like ancient jawbones is gonna drop, but at least it's gonna be, you know, valuable to do this guy.
Able to defeat him at full strength. In the future, we'll be adding additional unique items to this boss because he just simply doesn't have that many. In the Abyssal Depths, we've fixed a bug which caused Abyssal rares to sometimes be missing from the area.
I hate it.
But we're also making it so that the final large Abyssal Trove in the Abyssal Depths will now always drop desecrated currency.
Where's the desert? Oh, preserved collarbone. What do you want this? Oh, that means that you can get a chance of getting the ancient jawbone and stuff like that. That's pretty good. Because I usually get to
between the improvements to
and I don't get anything. It's like, what's the point of being here? The only reason I want to be in there is because there's a boss. No, there's a rare that comes up that has Amunamu's Void, which has a chance of dropping an Omen of Light, which is worth like 7 divs. So that's the only reason I go down to the Abyssal Depths. But with this is pretty good.
Abyssal Depths and the increased rewards from the Vessel of Coolamark, Abyss should feel a lot more rewarding now. Moving on to Breach.
I also like how in these trailers, like they have no fog of war. Like if you look at my POE, everything is fucking black. But you can see everything that they have in their maps.
While we don't really have an issue with the hive fortresses while you're progressing through the questline, they are pretty underwhelming at high levels when you want to farm them. So we've made a number.
Yeah, that's true. I never did it. I was like, maybe the point of these things is to like farm hive blood, but then I did one and it's like I get the same amount. Actually, I get even less per map because there's only one breach on the map when you go to these fortresses. I could get like 4 or 5 breaches on the map in like a city biome and get like 3k each. That's like 10,000, 12,000 per map. What's the point of these hive things?
Number of changes to improve them. Firstly, breach biomes are now much bigger, meaning you have more hives for each breach stone. And to make those larger biomes even more enticing, we're improving the modifiers added when using multiple breach stones to reveal them.
Oh yeah.
Some of these also add new abilities to Aelith while fighting hive fortresses, like this one called Nemesis, which
oh yeah, it adds like modifiers, but those modifiers on the map are kind of garbage. Like how does this translate to money? Give me the money. If it doesn't say I give you 10 divs, I don't want it.
Simply spawns rare monsters. We also have some further improvements coming to hives as well in 054 next week, with even more Aelith skills and improving breach tablets to be able to better boost hives. Delirium is also a big focus of our changes coming in this patch.
Interesting. I don't know. I'm still not convinced about doing breach hives. I might do one, but we'll see.
Fixed a number of mechanics that were not working as intended, and this league should feel much better now.
Oh yeah, there's a bunch of stuff. Like I never saw orange mirrors. I don't know what that's about. Purple mirrors spawn nothing. Red mirrors spawn nothing. Orange, blue mirrors. The stuff is the mobs are normal. They're not rare.
To start with, we fixed a bug where none of the monsters that were spawned by the special shards on the Delirium bar were able to be magic or rare. This even included the purple mirror shards. Purple mirror shards were intended to add a lot of extra value by spawning very powerful but very rewarding elite monsters. So you can immediately see the problem when these were never able to be a higher rarity. Given
You know what's crazy? Delirium, apparently it was Omega bugged, but it's still the best mechanic because being like 200% delirious is kind of ridiculous. It's a huge buff to the quantity of items that you're gonna get, which means that you're gonna drop more divines per map.
these monsters are actually some
Now it's even better. Are you serious? Like, you're gonna get more mirrors, and the mirrors are gonna give you more rares.
of the highest value monsters in the game. Being rare, they're going to be quite terrifying, but they'll drop a lot of loot in kind. Another issue we found is that it was intended that if you pop multiple purple mirror shards, you get even more elite monsters. Currently, this just did nothing, but now it'll add significantly more elites to your map.
What?
And then the other
they got deleted. That okay? Delirium is gonna go crazy.
really bad bug
I'm not gonna be able to do it. I can tell you that. My build is not ready.
is that when doing a Grand Mirror, any maps open between 150% and 200% Delirious would not spawn any Delirium monsters, or any
Wait, what?
150% and 200% Delirious would not spawn any Delirium monsters, or any mirror shards to spawn packs. So at the highest juicing levels, the league actually got worse. These fixes resulted in Delirium being much harder, with many more monsters. So even though we just nerfed its difficulty in 052, we actually need to do so again, but only in the early phase.
Oh, what? There was wait. I mean, only my friends were like really delirious. I wasn't really delirious, but you couldn't spawn monsters past 150% delirious. That's crazy.
Phases of endgame this time. To do that, we've halved all the scaling Delirium applies to monsters, but
Okay, so they have the scaling, so it should be easier now. But you're gonna get more monsters, which is pretty cool. It's gonna be more rewarding overall.
each tablet after the first will add additional scaling back to the monsters.
Oh, it should be easier in the earlier levels when you only have a few tablets, but if you juice to the max, it's gonna be normal again.
Meaning that at 3 Delirium tablets, they scale the same as before. Overall, these changes mean that Delirium is a much better league, with better combat, better rewards, and more ability to scale the difficulty and rewards into the late endgame. But that's not all we changed. Simulacrums were also not scaling well into the endgame either, so we wanted to address those too. Previously, Simulacrums started at 0% deliriousness. They now begin at 100% and ramp all the way up to 200% over the course of the run. We've also decided to remove the old wave modifiers. These didn't actually make anything more rewarding, just made things more difficult. Instead of that, we've added a new mechanic to Simulacrums that keeps you in control. After completing each boss room, you can now make an optional choice between 3 mirror shards.
This is interesting.
One will add bosses to all subsequent rooms, one will add modifiers to the area that make it harder and more rewarding, and one will add more monsters, including the elite ones. You might want to just stack bosses, or maybe you want to increase the density, or if you're finding it too difficult, select none. It's your call. Next,
Oh, that's pretty cool. And that means that when you do Simulacrum, you can stack it with like your other stuff to take advantage of the things that you want to take advantage of. Like if you want to take advantage of unique monsters spawning and stuff like that, you can say, oh, I just want to do all bosses. That's pretty cool. It's crazy that even at this point in the league, like we're like 3 weeks in, they're still adding content.
Expedition. Grand Expeditions had a lot of
Nobody in my friend group wants to do these, but apparently these give you so much loot.
reward potential in the hands of highly optimized players, but they weren't particularly rewarding for the average player.
Yeah, exactly. That's why they don't want to do it. But if you do it and you do it right, you get a bunch of stuff.
The way that Grand Expeditions are being played at the top end involves entering the area, assessing all the remnants, and if there are no good ones, then immediately leaving and moving on. We want to make it so that every Grand Expedition is worth spending time on, so we've made a lot of improvements here.
I don't even know what a Grand Expedition is. That's how much I've done this.
Firstly, the chests. When you entered a Grand Expedition before, what you saw was a bunch of mostly useless armor and weapon chests. Now, it's treasure. Take a look at
that's
difference.
nice.
There are a ton of other valuable chests dropping much cooler rewards. But even the weapon and armor chests are much better. Notice how the icons are golden now? This is because they're much rarer but guarantee an exceptional base type.
Okay, very nice. Because the problem with exceptional stuff is that I feel like if you get more rarity, it's not gonna be normal, and that's what people want. People want it to be normal so that it has no mods, so that they can put whatever mods they want on it. But it's cool that like stuff is highlighted more because now you know what's rare and what's not.
So the chests are way more valuable, but we wanted to make the monsters more valuable too. To do this, each rune which is passed on by each remnant now applies significantly more rarity bonuses to the monsters. Combined with our third change, which is adding significantly more remnants, you can get some very rewarding encounters just by slaying enemies, if you can.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I mean, I knew that like the remnants go from one remnant to another. They stack the modifiers, making it harder but making it more rewarding. But I didn't know that it was like only one. And also, it's cool that like now they added more rarity. You know, rarity is everything.
Overcome the challenge. At the same time, we thought the length of the encounter was too long, so we've reduced the number of explosives by 25%. Overall, it should be more rewarding and take less time to do. Now, another feedback we've had is players not wanting to use rune-forged armor.
Yes, this is the thing. Like Runeforge stuff, nobody wants to use it. It's either you go all in and you're like life and Runeforged, or you only do a little bit, enough to like where it doesn't really matter. It's just like to use like refutation or to like, I don't know, enable some weird gear like Eventide Petals or the Warding Quarterstaff Duality, something like that. But what did they do?
At endgame, due to having to sacrifice too much of their other defenses. To address that, we've reduced the amount of armor, evasion, and energy shield lost by armors when rune forging them in endgame.
Wait, this is broken then. Wait, if it gives you the same amount of runic ward, but you lose less global defenses, that just means that you want to rune forge all of your gear. Wait, this is ridiculous.
Finally, let's talk about the
No, that's kind of broken. You use Runeforge all your gear. It's basically free HP.
temple. Previously, there was an Atlas passive that caused temple rewards to appear in ordinary areas. While it was powerful, it effectively undermined the rewards of the entire temple building mechanic, meaning that not many people were really running them. So we're replacing it with something much more interesting. Now, after allocating the node, activating a Vile Beacon corrupts a rare or unique enemy in the area, modifying them unpredictably. This can create a variety of outcomes. A monster might gain additional modifiers, become significantly more dangerous, or receive valuable reward enhancements. The result is a
Okay, yeah, Val Temple, cool. Haven't done it, haven't looked into it, whatever. But notice how all these fights are like so clean, kind of choreographed. You can actually see what's going on the screen. But if you look at my build, like my FPS is like melting. My computer, I'm frying eggs on my computer. How much shit is going on and flying around on the screen? Like the boss is only on the screen for less than 2 seconds, but in these trailers, they're just oh yeah, let me use my fissures. Let me avoid and roll. Like that doesn't exist, bro.
Mechanic that creates memorable moments while leaning much more heavily into the themes of corruption and risk that define the Val. So those are the major endgame changes coming in 053. The late endgame should feel more rewarding for many of the weaker mechanics. We still have a ton more changes coming up for 054, so stay tuned. Thanks for playing, and see you in Rayclast.
Oh my god, this company is amazing. Like, you're telling me that in point 5.2 they said, oh, we're gonna have a crazy update in point 3. Now in point 3 they're saying we're gonna have an even crazier update in point 4. This company is amazing. This company is amazing. Just give it up for GGG.